So after a trip that took me 27 hours door to door, from when I left my apartment in New York City to when I walked through my hotel room, I'm officially down under. And actually, it feels like I'm down under a bus because taking a trip that long, it does weird things to your body and your mind. It's fucking weird, man. And you know what else is weird? There's just no good games this weekend anywhere around the world except for a few. And I'm gonna talk about them with my production team that is here with me in Sydney, Australia, doing this whole global tour for EA Sports and FIFA 17. Joe Miller, D-Man, ChuBoi, and Spencer FC. Okay, I'm joined by the one and only D-Man. He's gonna talk about the biggest game of the weekend in the whole entire world for me. There's a lot of crap games out there. This one stands out. Liverpool versus Tottenham. You're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. This is your season. I mean, if you don't win this, I mean, it might be done and dusted anyway, but you have to think, all right, we just got to get fourth. We just got to get top four.
Absolutely.
Now, if they do win and they beat Spurs, that gives Chelsea a chance, who are playing at Burnley, to extend their lead at the top, which means, I mean, I want Liverpool to win because I love Liverpool and I love their fans. But I also kind of want to see Spurs win so they can at least keep pace with Chelsea, because if they don't and it's a 12-point gap, I mean, it's over.
The league, I think, is done already. I think Chelsea have run away with it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of good things going for us this time.
Okay.
I mean, we've won one game in the last 9, I think.
Yeah,
This is our current
January's
record.
been a tough month for you.
But Tottenham are going to attack. This is what we've got going for us. Everybody we played has sat back. They've basically, Mourinho, this is my plan.
Okay.
This is my theory. Mourinho showed the world how to beat Liverpool.
Okay.
Sit back, absorb the defence, we do all the pressure, all the possession, just like Hull last week where we lost 2-0. 78% possession in that game.
Pretty good.
Bomb the ball over the top, counter-attack, bam, goal. 22 shots we had, they had 6, they won.
So why don't you guys sign a center back or a goalkeeper? Why not
why did we just loan Sacco to Crystal Palace? But no, honestly, Tottenham are an attacking team. So actually, I think that does us actually quite good favour. We'll see whether Pochettino decides to maybe sit back. I doubt it very much. But as you say, I mean, we lose this game, we fall to 6th place, I think it is.
Yeah.
Man United take over us.
Right.
That's already a bad thing.
Yeah.
We've already slipped out of the top 4, which is obviously, I would assume, the goal for Klopp's season. So we've got potential, and we do actually turn up against the big teams. And you got to claim Tottenham as a big team these days, because they did well, very well last year. No, they have a fantastic
I love
team.
you, Spurs fans. You're the best.
Honestly, I'm playing Tottenham in my Football Manager right now. They have a magnificent football team. They're really good and really young. Obviously Ali, Kane, Dyer, Ericsson in there is absolutely brilliant.
They're like the opposite of Man City, who are super old.
Yeah,
Though Gabriel Jesus has been.
Well, that's it. The new man that comes in and scores the goal in every start he's done so far. So yeah. But honestly, I think we've got a good chance. I'm not 100% confident, I'm not going to lie. I think Tottenham are a brilliant team.
Okay, prediction then. It's at Anfield.
All right.
I don't know if that means as much given the month of January and how that's all played out.
Yeah,
but it should mean something.
Yeah.
What's your score?
Gonna be a fence sitter and say 2-1, which is like the default score that everybody always goes
In favor of the Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
Not your
in favor of Liverpool,
yeah.
All right. Despite obviously the big chances we've had, we finally, I think, because obviously Mane only came back, slowly came in. Coutinho's still not done a full game. I don't think yet. He's always gone off. Coutinho's gone off, and then Mane comes on. Hopefully, we're going to finally get a start where we have Coutinho, Firmino, Mane, everybody back. The nucleus that basically did so well back at the start of the season is back, and we're going to be really good.
All right, joining us now is the magical ChuBoi. What's up, ChuBoi?
Dude, I like that intro. That was a hype.
You like that?
Thank you very much.
He's a content creator. He's on Twitch. I mean, you do it all.
I do it all.
In FIFA.
In FIFA,
Esports.
not necessarily in football. Though I did score at the Wembley Cup, so.
Wow, that's.
Weren't you defending it then, or am I? Is that the same Jimmy Conrad guys, or I'm not too sure.
Well, I blame Schmeichel.
That's a tough guy to blame.
If he didn't pull his calf in the second minute, then
that is true. That is a good point. That is a good point.
The goalkeeper that I had for the second half, he picked up the ball and I passed it back to him. He didn't even understand the rules. I'm not bitter. So you're a Manchester United fan?
Yes, I am. I'm a Manchester United.
And they're playing against Watford this weekend.
Yes.
United's in 6th. If they get a win, they have a chance to leapfrog both Liverpool and Arsenal.
Ooh,
that's a big deal. But Watford's in 10th. They're not too shabby. They've won 2 out of their last 3. That third one was a tie. I mean, they're still feeling pretty good about themselves. United is 15 games unbeaten in the league.
Yes.
Just cruising.
A lot of draws, though.
A lot of draws. It doesn't matter, though. They're not losing, right? It's a mentality. Jose Mourinho has finally got into the team. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen in this one?
I'm going to say 2-0 to United. It's at home against Watford. I think we're cruising right now. That was a great performance against Leicester. I was very surprised about that performance. It was
Leicester's the worst defending champion of all time.
True, but it's still kind of tricky. I mean, they smashed Man City over there. Was it like a few months ago, right?
That's true.
So you never know what to expect there.
That's the Premier League for you.
Exactly, that's the Premier League. But United looking good. I think it's going to be Ibrahimovic and Mkhitaryan getting the goals. I say that we really need to start Martial. I think it's enough.
You think it's time?
I think it's time. I know Jose's done his thing. He's done his thing. He's exiled the player. He's gonna start working him back. I think it's time. I think I think Martial is the key pace. And he's gonna do a lot. You're gonna see.
I will say though, I do appreciate and love and enjoy when players that were in the doghouse from Mourinho are actually his key players now. Juan Mata, Mkhitaryan. I mean, those are the guys that are really stepping up and providing the big plays for them, and that's really cool to see because they kind of like gave him the middle finger. I will say this, a couple fun facts for you. United have won 4 straight games at home, all shutouts.
Yes.
So that's really important. Or maybe I don't know if they won 4 straight, but they got 4 shutouts. And there was one more fun fact for you, and I can't remember what it was. That's how good I am. I'm fucking awesome at this. I'm so good. I'm really good. Follow this guy. He does it all. He's the man, the myth, the legend. We're here in Sydney, Australia. We're sweating our balls. I mean, I'm sweating right now. Like, my balls are warm. Also, shit, I forgot. Let's throw it to Previews and Predictions Correspondent Adrian from Rabona TV, who's going to talk about the suddenly vulnerable Arsenal versus the red-hot Hull City. Adrian?
Hull has won 4 home matches with Marco Silva in charge, including victories over United and Liverpool. Of course, this match is away, but Silva has won at the Emirates before. However, Hull haven't won an away match in the Prem since August 20th, and Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 13 meetings with Hull. There have been 3 occasions where Arsenal have failed to score against them in their history, all 0-0 draws. As usual, Alexis Sanchez can be a game winner if he's up to it, as he scored 6 goals in 4 starts versus the Tigers. But I think Arsenal will continue down the Arsenal hole and only manage to draw with Hull. That rhymed a little more than I wanted to, but thanks anyways. Back to you, Jimmy.
Okay, and joining me for the West Derby, West Ham versus West Brom. 9th place West Ham versus 8th place West Brom. You guys are on a good run of form right now. Yeah. I got a West Ham fan with me, Spencer FC, Spencer Owen. Sorry, that just assumed people. I didn't have to give you like proper intro.
Hey guys, no, I like an intro.
Yeah.
Do an intro.
Okay, you want me to do it? I want to do it.
Do like proper
Okay. Here. Guess who's joining me, everybody? It's Spencer FC, Spencer Owen, one of my favorite content creators on the whole entire internet.
He says that to everyone.
No, I didn't. There he is, proper West Ham fan. They are playing against West Brom in the West Derby. West Ham's in 9th place.
Yep.
West Brom's in 8th place. Tony Pulis has actually done pretty well with West Brom this season.
Honest, he surprised me. Like, I know he's a good manager, he's a solid manager, Premier League, like stalwart. But with the squad he had, I wasn't sure how well he was going to do. But he made some good additions as well. I think Matty Phillips has been unbelievable, and he's not someone that people would have thought would be a game changer this year, but he's been putting shifts in left, right and centre. Nasser Chadli dropped in and out of form, but has had some really good purple patches. Rondon up top,
Yeah, I like him.
Even people like Darren Fletcher had a really good season for West Brom. So he's doing a good job, doing a really good job. They're probably the biggest overperformers of the season so far, I'd say.
No, I think they've tied West Ham 5 out of the last 6 games. So there's something about butting heads with these guys. You can't really gain an advantage.
Yeah.
Dimitri Payet's gone, which I think is for the best. I think he was being a cancer in the locker room and just a real big distraction for the team. You guys have done well since he's been gone. Do you expect that to continue?
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of Man City smashing us, which at this level can happen to anyone on any day if they turn up.
Right.
You got to look at our results. Like beating Southampton 3-1 away is a fantastic result.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I definitely feel positive. A few months ago, if you told me Demi was going to leave, I'd be gutted. But with the way the story worked out and the way that we actually were playing worse with him, then it's definitely for the best. Hopefully in the summer we spend the money well and take the squad further. But I think I genuinely believe our squad, taking everything into consideration, is stronger now than it was with Dimitri Payet. And before we got Snodgrass and Font, they're good additions.
He's such a special player that when he's on the field, you almost defer to him. You just want to get him the ball and we got to feed him the ball. Because if he doesn't get the ball, he gets a little sensitive. Well, now that he's not on the team, though, everybody else can step up and kind of assume more responsibility. And I think that's ultimately better for the team.
I think before Payet, we had the same problem in a different way with Andy Carroll. It was a completely different type of footballer, but we just lumped it up to him every time. It was and if he's not there, which he wasn't a lot because he got injured, we're in trouble. But now we've got players around him that have become stars in their own right. With people like Antonio. Antonio for me is
love him.
Our best player.
He's so good.
Stuart Pearce said something really funny about him. Stuart Pearce used to manage him at Nottingham Forest when he's
Wembley Cup manager for me.
Losing manager. And
you have to add that part.
He said
Stuart Pearce said, the thing about Antonio that makes him so good is he's so unpredictable. You never know whether he's going to go around 4 people and score or if he's going to fall over his own face. It's true. Like he doesn't look particularly graceful on the ball, but he's so fast and so strong. I would hate to play against him. For me, he's got to be in an England squad for the same reasons. Not a starting lineup necessarily, but his versatility, playing anywhere on the right up front as well, means that he's an option. But yeah, for me, him and Kiate are my favourite players at West Ham at the moment.
Okay, prediction for this game. Who do you think the score is going to be? This is a tough opponent. They're not easy to break down.
Yeah, it is. I think it'll probably be a draw again. I'm going to say 1-1 or 0-0. But we don't keep many clean sheets at the moment. Let's go 1-1.
1-1. You heard it here first. Spencer Owen, everybody. Spencer FC. Go follow him if you aren't already. I'm pretty sure you are. Oh my gosh! Look who's joining us for the Bundesliga preview because he lives in Germany. It's Joe Miller. What's up, Joe?
Not a lot. Managed to drag me in here because I live in Germany, which means I automatically know more about Bundesliga than everyone else.
That's pretty right. Yeah, it's hard to get away from that. Who do you support?
Hamburg.
Victory
in the DFB Cup this week, and not sure about the league though.
Yeah. Where are you guys on the table? You're 16.
Keep scrolling.
In the relegation zone. Okay. Tell us a little bit about Bayern Munich and then the RB Leipzig. And it seems like the whole country wants Bayern to win, preferably over Leipzig. Outside of the people who live in Leipzig, of course.
So it's a really weird situation in Germany right now because for years everyone's been saying, Bayern, someone needs to beat Bayern. When's there a real contender? We had Dortmund here, there was a year where Stuttgart did a little bit, where Wolfsburg did a little bit. Right. But Bayern, they've just become this unbeatable force, and as Dortmund have found out, once you bring your good players through, then Bayern say, okay, thank you very much. Now we're even stronger, Right. So for a lot of people, I think Leipzig and their rise to power over these last few years is some people really like to see that because they want a contender to buy and they want to see the Bundesliga getting stronger, which I think is
it's beneficial for everybody.
In general, a great principle that the whole league should widen out and not be this one-team league, if you like.
Yeah.
The other side of that is, of course, a lot of concern about how Leipzig got their money and the whole development of this club as a non-traditional club and as a corporation and the amount of money. But honestly, if you look at the team that Leipzig have and the football that they're playing, for me, that doesn't even play a big role into it. Like, they're so entertaining to watch. Whether they'll topple Bayern this season, I don't think so, but they're pushing it, right?
Yeah, well, they lost to Borussia Dortmund last week, which I think hurt their chances a little bit. Bayern just needed a little bit of breathing room. I think they're going to be on their way. Dortmund, though, they seem to be a bit of an enigma because they have so much talent, but yet they can't kick on, or they haven't kicked on this season at all.
So I don't know where the problem lies from. It feels like they'll have a good little run, like a kind of a kickstart, and then it'll all just fall over, Right. I think Tuchel's doing a brilliant job there. I think if you look at Klopp and kind of how Klopp develops, he's kind of following, the same path. Hopefully not towards Liverpool.
Nice call.
Sorry, Liverpool fans.
They don't like me anyway.
I
always give them a hard time.
Then we're all good then.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I think for Dortmund, they might have a couple of limbo years. They've just picked up Isaac, who's honestly could be one of the most incredible players going forward. But they've got this same old problem.
Well, they got
Dembele.
He's probably arguably the best young player in the world.
They've got Götze who sat on the bench saying, "Well, what am I doing here still?" He's got his apparent tensions with Tuchel there. So I think there's still a lot of stories to be told and to be seen out of Dortmund, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time. And my worry, as always, is that they develop, the Isaac into something big, or whoever that may be.
And he gets bought.
Bayern.
Yeah, right. Joe Miller, everybody. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Pleasure, as always.
This guy's a pro. All right, that's it. That is all we got. And I know we didn't talk about Spain or France or Italy or any other leagues that I usually talk about. And you're just going to have to be okay with it this week. Later.